I have 3 children, boy, girl, boy. They're all great kids, but they are so different. You know, as a parent, you try and treat your children equally, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. They have different needs, and you want to be there for them whenever and however they need you. Sometimes one is just more needy than another, and you do what you have to do. I love my kids. My boys are both really great, but I'm so glad I got a girl.
She forgot about me on the first day of kindergarten.
I didn't forget. I didn't know what time to pick her up. There is a huge difference.
It's the first day of kindergarten. If there's a time to get the logistics right for your kids, this would be one of them. I started the first day of my formal education in AM kindergarten, PM kindergarten, my brother's 3rd grade class, and the principal's office.
I'm sure I made a wonderful impression on her teacher, but I did not forget her. We had just moved to the area, and I didn't know what time to pick her up.
She forgot about me in high school as well.
Yep, that time I did forget.
So this leads to the inside joke in my family. The swelchie is a mother's favorite child. This word is just a part of our vocabulary. I am definitely not the swelchie, proven by the kindergarten story.
That was 25 years ago. She needs to get over it.
My younger brother, Matthew, is the swelchie. In the 4th grade, we lived in Fort Lewis, Washington, and my brothers and I went to a small Catholic school in Tacoma, about 30 minutes away, and we were always late, something that has carried on into adulthood. My mom would pull up to the school, and the 3 of us would scramble out of the car to our classrooms. My older brother, John, was in 7th grade, and he would just leave us behind.
Our 2 years at Fort Lewis were really busy for me. My husband was deployed to Desert Storm and then to Somalia for most of that time, and I was running around like a mad woman. The 2nd year there, I decided to put the kids in a private school, and I had to drive them every morning, and we were always late. My oldest son, Jonathan, would bolt from the car the minute I stopped and slide into his classroom during the Pledge of Allegiance and the morning prayers. Betsy would always wait for Matthew. She'd walk him to kindergarten. Then she'd go to the office for her tardy slips. She got 17 tardies in one marking period.
One day, Matthew forgot his lunch. We were rushing to get out of the car, and he looked around the back seat and declared, "I forgot my lunch." My mom was running late for work and just turned to me and told me to give him my lunch. What?
Give him your lunch.
What?
Betsy, give him your lunch. I can't send him to school without a lunch.
But you can send me to school without a lunch?
I knew Betsy would fend for herself. I knew she'd say something, and I knew the kids would share with her. Matthew, on the other hand, would just sit there and not say anything, and I didn't want him to be hungry.
He would never forget his lunch again.
Even though I knew she'd get something to eat, I worried about her all day long. And when I picked the kids up from school, I asked her if she had gotten anything to eat. She said, "I had a feast!" She was so excited. The kids had shared all their junk food.
A 4th grader's dream come true. Goldfish and zebra cakes, and it was amazing.
I remember one day Betsy came running into the house crying hysterically. I guess she was in the 2nd or 3rd grade. And in those first few seconds before you react, I could not imagine what had happened. And as usual, my husband was deployed, and I knew whatever it was, I was going to deal with it by myself.
It seemed like a brilliant and a very grown-up idea. We go behind the tree and kiss. From my house, it was behind a tree. But for the neighbors across the street sitting on their front porch, it was in front of the tree. These small details escape you when you're 7 years old. It was a tiny kiss, and before I knew it, every single boy in the neighborhood was running around. They were running around after me making smooching noises. I'm still embarrassed.
I've been used! I've been used! She screamed. After I got her calmed down, I realized it wasn't so bad, and I seized the opportunity to teach a life lesson. I love teaching life lessons. I just told her never to let a boy do anything she doesn't want the whole world to know about, because boys are stupid. And they will tell everyone.
The first time that I admitted out loud I was turning into my mother, I almost died on the spot. My first job out of college was reporting traffic and the weather for a few radio stations in the Charleston area. I was bantering back and forth with the DJ one morning, and he asked me my thoughts on taking recess away as a punishment for kids who get in trouble in the classroom. The words just came so naturally. They have to suffer the consequences of the choices they make, both good and bad. I paused and just said, "Eek, I'm turning into my mother."
I still cannot believe she said "eek" on the radio.
My mother wasn't the most conventional mother. She was an Army wife, always had some kind of odd little job, and is now a student working on her doctorate. She taught me that it's okay to break the mold and be who you want to be. Maybe not in her words, but definitely by example.
My mother wasn't the most conventional mother either. During World War II, she ran away from home and joined the Navy. She raised 7 children and graduated from college the day I got married. She was late everywhere she went, and sometimes they'd be sitting down to eat dinner when she realized she forgot to pick 3 of us up at the swimming pool. I guess I come by it naturally.
I'm not a mother yet, which I'm reminded of daily. But if I am to be so lucky, I hope I'm an unconventional mother as well.